What up, everybody? GeekSpot82 back for the first time in a long time. Been working on my other channel. If you haven't checked it out or you haven't heard about it, it's called Jarhead Basement. It's me and a good buddy of mine from the Marine Corps talking about movies. We usually talk about movies we liked when we were younger men, but we also talk about other stuff. Check us out. We could use your support. Make sure when you check us out, hit that subscribe button. Watch a video, leave us a comment, let us know how much you enjoy it, or if you don't, let us know why. But otherwise, I'm here today to open my box of Crimson Vow. Been sitting on my desk for about a week. I've been lazy, I haven't opened it. I did get my promo of Count Dracula's Castle. So, let's get into it. As you can see, I'm trying a new format here. I've yet to find one that I just absolutely love, and to be honest, I keep moving my desk and my recording material, and I keep having to adapt to that. All right, so right off the bat, we get this box topper. Get Jonathan Harker. Full art foil with the flip. It says draw card, then tap, draw card, then exile card from your hand face down. You may look at the card for as long as it remains exiled. You may pay 4 and 2 blue. If you do, transform Jonathan Harker, and he becomes a legendary enchantment that says at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library face down. You may look at that card for as long as it remains exiled. Once during each of your turns, you may play a land card or cast a spell from among the cards exiled with this permanent without paying its mana cost. That's kind of fantastic. Art card. Right off the bat, a foil mountain. Full art. Fantastic. Right. Rare is Geralf. Visionary Stitcher. Zombies you control have flying. And I got a Rot Tide Gargantua foil as well as an Umbra Mantle. If the creature has pay 3, untap, this creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. That's fantastic. We're going to have a pile of stuff I'm keeping and a pile of stuff that I got to go through to make sure I don't want. Art card. Rare is Shattered Sanctum. Rare for this pack is Curse of Hospitality. It's an aura curse. 2 and a red. Enchant player. Creatures attacking enchanted player have trample. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to an enchanted player, that player exiles the top card of their library until the end of turn. That creature's controller may play that card, and they may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Art card. Our rare is Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Legendary Human Soldier. First strike, non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Foil Wedding Invitation. Art card. Rare is Ill-Tempered Loner. Human Werewolf. Whenever Ill-Tempered Loner is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. A 1 in a red. Ill-Tempered Loner gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. For the Daybound side, on the Nightbound side, whenever a permanent you control is dealt damage, Howlpack Avenger deals that much damage to any target. Open Essence is our foil. Our art card. Our rare for this pack is Sundown Pass in Boros. Our foil is a Binding Geist. Art card. Foil Plains. Rare for this pack is Alchemist Gambit. 1 and 2 red with Cleave. Take an extra turn after this one. During your turn, damage can't be prevented. At the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. So you better win. Then we also got a foil Grolnok the Omnivore. Our Frog Commander cost 2 in Simic, and it says whenever a frog you control attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever a permanent card is put into your graveyard from your library, exile it with a croak counter on it. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards that you own in exile with croak counters on them. And then we got a Kithkin Wizard, Mist Meadow Witch. It has 2 and Azorius, and remove target creature from the game. Return that card to play under its owner's control at the end of turn. Another flash outlet that will go great in my rune deck. Art card. Our rare is Imperious Mindbreaker. It's a human wizard that costs 1 and 2 blue and has Soulbound. As long as Imperious Mindbreaker is paired with another creature each of those creatures has, whenever this creature attacks, each opponent mills cards equal to its toughness. And we also got a rare Overcharged Amalgam, zombie horror with flash, flying, and exploit. When Overcharged Amalgam exploits a creature, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. A foil Lacerate Flesh. Our foil. Art card. Cemetery Desecrator is our mythic for this pack. Costs 4 and 2 black for a zombie with menace. Cemetery Decimator enters the battlefield or dies. Exile another card from graveyard. When you do, choose 1. Remove X counters from target permanent, where X is mana value of the exile card, or target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-X until the end of turn, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. And we got a foil Spore Crawler. Our art card. So you'll notice I've been putting some of the vampires, the specialty border, in my pile of stuff to keep. I plan on building a janky blood token deck. Our rare is Wedding Announcement, for 2 and a white. It is an enchantment that says at the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on Wedding Announcements. If you've attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Otherwise, create a 1/1 human creature token. Then, if Wedding Announcement has 3 or more invitation counters on it, transform it. It becomes Wedding Festivity, and creatures you control get +1/+1. And our foil is Valerius Stance. So that is 1/3 of the box thus far. Right. Art card is got the gold signature on it, and that is probably one of my favorite arts I've seen thus far. Not upset about that at all. Right. Get a alternate art, black and white, Catilda Dawnheart Martyr, legendary spirit warlock. Gorgeous. Flying lifelink, protection from vampires. Catilda Dawnheart Martyr's power and toughness are equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. I also got the rare Creepy Puppeteer. Human Rogue. Costs 3 and a red. With haste, Creepy Puppeteer attacks you. If attacked with exactly one other creature this turn, you may have its creature base and power and toughness become 4/3 until the end of turn. We got a foil Diregraph Scavenger and a copy of Cruel Celebrant. Art card. Our rare is the Hiveheart Shaman. Whenever the Hiveheart Shaman attacks, Hiveheart Shaman, he costs 3 and a green. Whenever he attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card that doesn't share a land type with land you control. Put that card into the battlefield, then shuffle. You may pay 5 and a green to create a 1/1 green insect creature token. Put X 1/1 counters on it, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. Activate only as a sorcery. And we got a Nebelgeist Beguiler for our foil. Art card is one of the lands. Our rare is Dollhouse of Horrors. It costs 5 for an artifact. Exile, pay 1 and tap it. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that exile card, except it's a 0/0 construct artifact in addition to its other types. And it has, this creature gets +1/+1 for each construct you control. Gains haste until the end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. And our foil is Dormant Grove. Art card. Rare is the Ascendant Pack Leader. Cost 1 green for a wolf. Enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. Whenever you cast a spell with mana 4 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on it. And our foil is Blood Crazed Socialite. Art card. Our rare is Blood Vial Purveyor. 2 and 2 black for a vampire with flying and trample. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. Whenever a Blood Vial Purveyor attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each blood token defending player controls. Our foil is Cradle of Safety. Art card. Millicent Restless Revenant is our Spirit Soldier legendary creature mythic. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each spirit you control flying. When it or another non-token spirit you control dies or deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. A great spirit commander right there. Welcoming Vampire is our other rare we have. Whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. And our foil is the Markov Waltzer. Our art card. Enrica Damnathi. 2 and 2 black for a legendary vampire mythic. With flying at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature. You draw a card and lose 1 life, or transform her. When you transform her, becomes the Infernal Seer with Flying, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Pay 1 and 2 black. Each creature you control with Flying, Death Touch, and or Lifelink gets +1 until the end of turn. Our foil is a Flame Blessed Bolt. And we also got a Skymarch Aspirant from Gatecrash. No, I'm sorry, that's Ixalan. Or Rivals. I don't remember which one of the Ixalans. Our art card. A foil island. Our first planeswalker from this set, Chandra, Dressed to Kill. 1 and 2 red. For legendary planeswalker Chandra, her first ability is +1, add 1 mountain. Chandra, Dressed to Kill deals 1 damage to up to 1 target player or planeswalker. Second ability is +1, exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you may cast it this turn. Or -7, exile the top 4 cards of your library. You may cast red spells from among them this turn. You get an emblem with whenever you cast a red spell, this emblem deals X damage to any target where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. And then we got a Howlpack Piper for our foil, which is also a rare. This spell can't be countered. Pay 1 in a forest, tap it. You may put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield. If it's a wolf or werewolf, untap Howlpack Piper as Daybound. It transforms the Windsong Howler whenever this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into itself. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature from among them and put it in your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And we got a mythic. This was a great pack. A rare and 2 mythics. We got Olivia, Mobilized for War. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may discard a card. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. It gains haste until the end of turn if it becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Art card. Rare. 2 rares. Thundering Mightmare. 4 and a green for a horse spirit with Soulbound. As long as Thundering Mightmare paired with another creature, each of those creatures has, whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Kind of like Mana Gorger Hydra. And then we got Halana and Alana Partners. Both human rangers, legendary creature for 2 and red-green. First strike, reach at the beginning of combat on your turn. Put X 1/1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is Halana and Alana's power. That creature gains haste until the end of turn. Our foil is Witch's Web. And we got the Chandra emblem. Right. Art card. Our rare is Hopeful Initiate. It is 1 for a white human warlock. Training. 2 and a white. Remove 2 1/1 counters from among creatures you control. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Our foil is Innocent Traveler. That is 2/3 of the box down. 1/3 of the box left. Our art card. Our rare is Path of Peril. 1 and 2 black with Cleave. Destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less, or if you pay the Cleave cost, you get to destroy them all with mana. Just destroy all creatures. I'm sorry, Gluttonous Guest is our foil, and we got a copy of Expedition Map. Art card. Serpent. Right, we get a copy of Edgar, the Charmed Groom. Very Vampire Noble. Other vampires, you get +1/+1. Edgar, Charmed Groom dies. Return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. It does cost 2 and Orzhov. And he returns. He comes back as a legendary artifact. His Coffin. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 black and white vampire creature token with lifelink and put the bloodline counter on Edgar Markov's Coffin. Then, if there are 3 or more bloodline counters on it, remove those counters and transform it. And our foil is Supernatural Rescue. Our art card, Breathkeeper Seraph, is our first rare. 4 and 2 white for an angel with flying and soulbound. As long as Breathkeeper Seraph is paired with another creature each of those creatures has, this creature dies, you may return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of your next upkeep. Our next rare is by invitation only. It is 3 and 2 white. Choose a number between 0 and 13. Each player sacrifices that many creatures. Our foil is Vampire's Vengeance. Our art card, Pesky Devils. Right, our rare is Consuming Tide. It is 2 and 2 blue. Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen this way to their hands. Then you draw a card for each opponent who has more cards in their hand than you. Hobbled Lancer is our foil. Art card, Miss Olivia. A foil Swamp. A reprint of Splendid Reclamation. Turn all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Our foil is Blood Servitor. Art card. Lantern Flare is our rare. 1 and a white. Cleave Lantern Flare deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life if you pay the cleave cost. If not, then X is the number of creatures you control, which still could be great. Fearful Villager is our foil. Bride's Dress, the art card there. Our mythic rare here is Savior of Olenbach. Human Soldier with training. Whenever Savior of Olenbach trains, exile up to 1 other target creature card from the battlefield or creature card from a graveyard. It leaves the battlefield, put exiled cards on the battlefield under their owner's control. Our foil is actually a mythic rare Cemetery Protector. Human Soldier, when it enters the battlefield, exile a card from a graveyard. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, if it shows a card type with exiled card, create a 1/1 white human creature token. And we got a copy of Jorga Tree Speaker, Elf Druid. Well, I love those level up cards. Odric, the second gold foil signed art card. Stinsa Uprising is our rare. Getting up in depth, create a 1/1 red human creature token. Then if you control exactly 13 permanents, you may sacrifice Stinsa Uprising. When you do, it deals 7 damage to any target. And our foil is the Undead Butler. Art card. Right, our rare is Deathcap Glade. Black and green. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Second rare is Ulvenwald Oddity. The Beast. Trample and Haste. Pay 7, 5 and 2 green, and transform it into Ulvenwald Behemoth. Beast Horror. Trample Haste. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Trample and Haste. Our foil is Serpentine Ambush. And our last pack our art card, foil planes, Mythic Donnell, Herald of Wings, Legendary Human Wizard. Whenever you cast a non-legendary creature spell with flying, you may copy it, except that copy is a 1/1 spirit in addition to other types. Do this only once each turn. You also got a rare copy of Dig Up. For 1 forest or cleave, you search your library for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Our foil is the Moldgraph Millipede, and we got a copy of Ruined Stalactite from Lorwyn. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and is every creature type. So that's a great one for a morph or shapeshifter. All right, everyone, that is the box. Hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Let me know what your favorite card was down below and which box you'd like me to open next. I think up next we are going to a whole new plane, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been enjoying doing these boxings with you all. I hope you're enjoying them as well. Make sure you leave me a like down below, comment. If you haven't subscribed, hit that notification bell, and hang out with me. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.